I am going to be short and sweet with this video because I have a ton of information to share with you and not a whole lot of time to film this video. If you are interested in some brand new summer scents or summer layering combinations that I have been loving and wearing lately, then stick around. There have been so many new releases of fragrances lately. I am a sucker for summer scents, particularly ones with peach or coconut notes. I have a hard time limiting myself when I see notes in a fragrance that I know I'm going to adore. So that being said, I have a ton to share with you today. So sit back, get a drink, particularly one of a summer variety, maybe a mojito, pina colada. Let's get started off with some body sprays. This one is the brand new one by Sol de Janeiro. I did limit myself and only get one of the three, but this one is Beos del Sol. I tend to purchase them and then not wear them as much because when I wear a scent, I want it to last in body sprays as a whole. Just their nature, they don't tend to have the longevity or the sillage of weighted fragrance, such as ones with more essential oils, typical perfume fragrance varieties. I still love them. Body sprays are an easy wear. They're something that you can throw on when you're going somewhere where you don't want a heavy fragrance where you're going to choke people out. I literally got mine on Thursday. I mean, I don't normally show you guys dense, but seriously, Thursday. It's Saturday and there's that much gone. I sprayed it on before bed. I loved it. I sprayed it on my daughter, whether she liked it or not. And then I wore it to school on Friday. Loving Beos del Sol. It is a little bit more synthetic in nature, but I don't know. There's something about it. I first sprayed it, thought this, it's a little bit synthetic, but I tell you, within minutes, I was, oh my gosh, I love this. The notes in this one are peach skin, coconut milk, and frangipani petals. I am loving frangipani lately, and y'all know peach skin and coconut. I mean, come on. This is basically should have been named Katherine Cole's summer fragrance. I have been wearing this with my Rio Radiance cream. So I put on the Rio Radiance cream and then immediately spray on the body spray to give it a little bit more duration, a little bit more longevity in wear. If y'all remember the Sol de Janeiro Rio Radiance, this one was Rio Radiance. I did get it last year. It was a 2023 scent. This one I haven't worn quite as much. I mean, I've had it way longer than the Beos del Sol that I've had for 2 days, and it already has more of a dent in it than this one. I do like this one. It didn't, knock it straight out of the park the way Beos del Sol did. Rio Radiance, as I was saying, 2023 scent. The top notes were coconut milk and sand. Middle notes tuberose and ylang ylang, and base notes vanilla and amber. So again, very, very attractive notes. The coconut milk probably is what makes it very cohesive with the Beos del Sol. Regardless, that is the scent that I've been sporting the last 2 days and just loving it, loving it. I wish it had a little bit more longevity, but I take it along with me, spray it throughout the day. We're good to go. Moving on, the next body spray in this video was Ellis Brooklyn Sea. Also really loving this one. I haven't had it for very long. The dent is not significant enough to show you, but I am really liking it. It is in a glass bottle, so it gives it a little bit more preservation. Again, it's a fragrance body mist. I have been loving this for nighttime. A little bit more synthetic again, but it just has like a calming nighttime scent to me, like being on a beach vacation and leaving the windows open so that you get that salty, sandy air wafting through the window. It's just kind of calming and refreshing to sleep with. So I've been using this as my bedtime scent, spraying the bed down, spraying my body down, and then enjoying it as I drift off to sleep. A more clean, less intensely sweet, beachy vibe type scent. Highly recommend Ellis Brooklyn Sea. Also, if you are partial to clean scents, Ellis Brooklyn is a clean scent line. Really enjoy a lot of their fragrances. Downside is clean fragrances as a whole tend to not have the duration of a more powerful fragrance with a lot of those preservatives in it. Also, shelf life is probably going to be a little less because it doesn't have those preservatives. But a clean scents, there's a lot to be said for having a clean beauty product. A lot of science backing why you need to have a clean beauty product. I'm not completely on that bandwagon yet, but if it's important to you, highly recommend Ellis Brooklyn scents, particularly Sea, the fragrance body mist by Ellis Brooklyn. We'll keep up with the Ellis Brooklyn and go with their new fragrance, Miami Nectar. I did a shorts video of this, of how I am enjoying pairing it with a Roja fragrance, but we'll get more into that in a bit. Roja. Y'all got really upset with me for saying that wrong. Roja. I think it's Roja, because I've been saying Roja, not Roja, Roja. Got it. Back to Ellis Brooklyn. Loving this one as well. Again, it's an eau de parfum, so it's going to have a little bit more longevity than the Sea body spray that we just talked about. And I'm telling you, maybe a little bit more synthetic in scent, but this is one of those scents where you smell it and you kind of get those goosebumps, those shivery goosebumps that kind of wave down your body. Like, I think this could be a good unisex scent, mainly for that reason. We'll just leave that there. Miami Nectar, Ellis Brooklyn. On their website, it's got 5 stars. It doesn't have one bad review. They listed it as lush, extravagant, and tempting. Right on. It's a hot Miami summer, beach at sunset, art deco pools, and neon light. That is the vision they give for it. I'll give it the hot Miami summer, beach at sunset, art deco pools, and neon lights. Maybe not so much. I'm getting more of a like hot hotel at Grand Cayman type scent, like a really popular resort, modern and luxurious on some beach island. It's almost too posh. I mean, I like Miami, no offense to Miami. It's just almost too posh for Miami. It opens with pineapple and coconut water and then mixes with the plumeria, vanilla, sweet amber, and salted woods. This just gives it this plush, luxurious, sweet beach floral, if you know what I mean. Like, those ocean flowers as a whole don't tend to be super sweet. It's like they have this creamy nature to them, and like night blooming jasmine, where it's a sweet fragrance. It does have a lot of fragrance to it, but it's like not super sickeningly sweet. It's just like the ocean. It's calming and alluring. And then it does have the salty woods, the pineapple, which gives it kind of a crisp, salty sensation to it. I think that's why I get that luxury resort at a beach, because you have that clean, crisp, marble and lights type sensation with it, but also the sweet, the salty, natural goodness of the ocean with the sand and the calming nature of the waves. And I mean, even the color, it's poolside. Someone I know makes me this drink called the poolside, and it's like this blue, clear martini glass type scent. This is the fragrance to go with that drink. It goes with Ellis Brooklyn Miami Nectar. As I said, Miami Nectar is a 2024 fragrance. Again, Ellis Brooklyn is a clean, sustainable, cruelty-free line. So if those points are important to you, please keep in mind that Ellis Brooklyn represents those values in their product. The notes I originally gave you were from the Ellis Brooklyn website. Frangradika also has new notes added, so I'll throw those in there just in case you were interested. Top notes, coconut water and palm leaf and pineapple. Middle notes, frangipani, like we said, the wild jasmine and lily of the valley. Base notes, vanilla, driftwood, amberwood, and moss. So a few variances there, but just thought I'd throw that in there in case you were interested. Next, we have another new addition to my collection. It's one that I heard about from Gabby Loves Perfumes, another YouTube fragrance reviewer that I really enjoy. Give credit where credit's due. This one by Aroma Concepts, or they're the manufacturer, I'm not quite sure, but it's Batikh Watermelon. A very, very inexpensive fragrance, but cost doesn't always equate with fragrance quality. It is a little lesser expensive packaging, but maybe, you know, you're saving for that in the cost. But it's very cute. It's got like a texturized seeds to it. Open it up and you have the bottle. It is a glass bottle, silver top. You get a lot of fragrance, and this entire bottle, this is the 50 ml, the 100 ml, so it's twice the size of this bottle, is $35. Batikh Watermelon, top notes, pear, cologne, tangerine, middle notes, watermelon, strawberry, apple, and rose, and the base notes, praline and musk. This is a shorter longevity fragrance, probably the least duration of any of the fragrance I showed you today. However, it smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, but without the tangy nature of a watermelon Jolly Rancher, but spot on, like a watermelon Kool-Aid, I'll say. It's fresh, it's clean, it's watermelon juice. Maybe slightly synthetic, but I mean, it's a $35 fragrance. As much as I love Bath & Body Works, this is better than that, because you get that watermelon hint to it, but it's not sickeningly sweet. It's not so synthetic that it's disturbing. It just smells like fresh watermelon. And I'm loving wearing it to bed. Gracie's loving it as her signature scent here lately. It's just a really nice fragrance for an extremely reasonable cost. So if you're wanting a summer scent that, you know, isn't going to break your bank, maybe just a fun addition to your fragrance collection, definitely more for the women. Sorry guys, I don't think this probably is going to be pulled off by very many men, but it is a fun summer fragrance, maybe for pool days. You know what I'm saying. Batikh Watermelon by Aroma. Take a pause to say all of these fragrances are going to be listed down below in the information section of this video. The links are just for your convenience. Some of them may be affiliate, some of them aren't. The Aroma Concepts, I mentioned this in particular because the Aroma Concepts website is the only place that I've been able to find that particular fragrance. So if you're interested, make sure to check out the information section of this video because all the fragrances I mentioned will be listed there. Again, if you haven't hit subscribed and this video or videos I've done are resonating with you, please make sure to hit subscribe and join our community. I love getting to know you guys, so make sure to leave a comment, introduce yourself, and maybe if I don't mention your favorite summer scent, list what you're donning. I'd love to hear. And if you really want to help me out, throw in that like, because it really does help me out. I'll try to keep this next one short because I know a lot of people are talking about it. I was happily impressed with it. Honestly, well, I'll just say, okay, so Kayali Rock Candy Vanilla Sugar number 42. I like Kayali fragrances, but as much as I appreciate them, only a few of them have been like, oh my gosh, I love this. But I have the mini bottles of a number of them. You can see right there, that's my little Kayali corner there. But vanilla, candy, rock sugar. Let me show you. I did do shorts opening this. I don't think I've posted it yet, but check out the bottle. I mean, I am a sucker for beautiful bottles, and this definitely is. The entire bottle is like this opalescent hint to it while still being a sheer, if you can catch that, a sheer bottle. So highly attractive bottle, and the fragrance really surprised me. I really do like this fragrance. First sniff, actually maybe first couple of sniffs, I wasn't as impressed as I am now, but it really grew on me quickly. Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar is a very new release, considered a floral fruity gourmand. Created by Gabriella Chelario, I'm going to butcher that, Chelario, and Fabrice Pellegrin. Top notes: vanilla, pear, marshmallow, rum, violet leaves, and ylang ylang. Middle notes: bubblegum, jelly bean, jasmine, caramel, and labdanum. And then the base notes: sugar, patchouli, tonka, vetiver, cashmere wood, and sandalwood. This is definitely a floral fruity gourmand, guys. It does get powdery. It is a powdery, sweet, sugared, I mean, just look at those notes. You have marshmallow, jelly bean. Obviously, those are essences, not necessarily jelly beans themselves. It reminds me a little of Deja Vu mixed with Santal, her wedding fragrance, but with a sweeter vibe to it, which is probably why I like it, because I do tend to like sweeter fragrances. But with all those notes that I read, I thought it was going to be too sweet, and just the heavier notes within it, the sandalwood, the vetiver, the patchouli, the labdanum, do calm it down to give it more of a, not like so confectionery gourmand that it makes you sick. It's just a feminine, gourmand, sexy fragrance. I mean, if you want to smell edible without smelling so sweet that you make them sick, those woods really do calm it down. So it's not like, as much as I love Kilian, it's not like Love Don't Be Shy, where it's like so sweet that it can be a little bit much. This is kind of that oody, sexy vibe to it. So definitely would recommend this one. It has more longevity and sillage than the ones that we have spoken of formerly in this video. However, it's not quite as strong as the ones that we will be talking about. Oh, that's funny. So at the base of Frangrática, they've got the notes listed again, but so top notes: candied pear, violet leaves, rum, ylang ylang, marshmallow, vanilla cream. Middle notes: jasmine, labdanum, white caramel, bubblegum, jelly bean. Base notes: tonka, vetiver, sandalwood, cashmere woods, patchouli, rock sugar, and the Kayali signature accord. So I guess hush hush on some of the notes in here. But again, like I said, you smell that deja vu in here. You smell that the Silk Santal wedding fragrance. Like, it does have that kind of Kayali vibe to it. It's got a moderate sillage, it's got a moderate longevity, so definitely worthy of checking out if those notes sound intriguing to you. Next. I did a shorts on this there where I briefly talked about it. I also did a longer video on the other Roja Elysium Parfum that just came out by Roja Fragrances. This one is Isola Sol. I did get their summer fragrance last year, Isola Blue, which definitely weighed more on the masculine side. This one, I think, I would say that this is the feminine counterpart to that fragrance. Isola Sol spray cap. That being said, it does have a really good spray to it. All the fragrances that I've talked about, I've been impressed with how they spray. It's not just a little tiny stream. It's a fine mist that shoots out and expands. Good application. Blind bought it and was so happy when I opened it up and smelled it. It's like as I said in my shorts, it's basically like the tropical equivalent of Chanel No. 5 Low. Chanel No. 5 Low, very luxurious, very upscale, an Hermes, Louboutin, sportin type woman who has her hair done. Just like one of those put together women that you look at and you're like, God, nobody's life is perfect, but it pretty much looks like that for her. This is the type of fragrance she would wear for the summer. Random note. I saw this video of a fragrance influencer and she was talking about how people are constantly saying, oh, look at the dent, and then it's like I don't see the dent. And I was laughing my butt off, but here I am now doing that. But I don't normally show you guys the dents. I guess I'm impressed that I've used that much in the short time that I've owned it. Really liking this one. It is, I don't want to say a more mature fragrance, but like Chanel No. 5 Low. It's not like a sweet jelly bean type fragrance. This is more of a watered down floral. And I don't want to say watered down like it's a weak fragrance. It's not a weak fragrance, but it's not like a super heavy, not a super loud floral like say Delina or La Rosée where you really smell those floral notes. This is floral, but more of a white floral. So like watercolor painting of an ocean lined with foliage of white florals. That's this fragrance. That seriously is this fragrance. Or a white sundress on a yacht. But not like with a bikini underneath. Like this is like a woman that has on a straw hat with it. Like I'll say, okay, this other fragrance influencer, Erin Nicole, beautiful, beautiful woman. Her hair is always perfect. Her makeup always seems flawless. Granted, she's an influencer, but the pictures that she puts on Instagram where it's like the sunshine is just delicately gracing her face, this seems like a fragrance she would wear for like the summer on a boat when she goes on her yacht excursions at sunset. This just seems like that's what I envision with this fragrance. God, how random tangent could I be with that one? Squirrel. Isola Sol by Roja Dove, considered a woody fragrance, which I definitely would not agree with, but this is Frangrática for you. And then down here it says floral fruity, so whatever. Floral fruity fragrance for women and men. It's way more feminine. Isola Blue, male version. Isola Sol, female version. It's a 2024 fragrance. Nose behind it, obviously Roja Dove. Top notes apricot, lemon, bergamot, peach, mandarin orange, and petitgrain. I always add an R in there. Petitgrain. Middle notes coconut, jasmine, sambac, ylang ylang, and neroli. Base notes musk, salt, cedar, sandalwood, and ambroxan, pink pepper, and amyris. Smelling this, I tell you, you really can smell all of those notes at some point during this fragrance. You smell the apricot right off the bat. You smell the peach, maybe not quite as strong, but it's there. The jasmine, a dominant note in this fragrance. The coconut also holds its place. The neroli, I think, definitely has a place. And then the salt, the ambroxan, and the amyris, I smell more, but you tell me what you think. Have you guys experienced this fragrance? Have you tried it? I'd love to hear your impression or your interpretation of this. I've heard many mixed reviews. Some reviewers are saying that it is too mature for some, but like I said, it's more of a formal fragrance. It's not for running to the beach in your teeny tiny swimsuit. This is a yacht excursion. This one is more of a unisex fragrance. This one is by Mind Games Blockade. Already spoken about by a lot of reviewers, but I really enjoyed this fragrance. Obviously, I have the full bottle now. We'll open it together. This is a green mango peppercorn type scent. I think this one is easily unisex. Let's open it together though. Again, the beautiful Mind Games box. Very, very well-made fragrance line. And like I said numerous times before, I am loving the Soulmate collection. So many fragrances in that line that I am adoring. Mind Games. Oh, it's sealed. Hold on. I'm going to have to remove the tape on the other side. But for now, we'll pull it out here and check that out. How sleek is that? If you can see the other ones I have up here, they're all like the Smarkle charcoal color. The Smarkle? A charcoal color. This one much more clean with this silver vibe to it. Again, this is a unisex fragrance. I think it could lean both ways. I do think it leans a little bit more on the male side initially. This fragrance, again, we're talking niche fragrance here. And niche fragrance, if it's a good niche fragrance, it takes you on a journey. And this one, Blockade by Mind Games, definitely does. What you spray right out of the bottle is not what you spray, 20 minutes later. So this does start out more of a male fragrance, I think, and then it transitions into more of a unisex fragrance, in my opinion. If it was going to lean a little bit more, it might lean a little bit more on the masculine side, but this is a great fragrance for you guys for summer. If you're hesitant when I say unisex fragrance, like this is a sexy fragrance. I think, the women that wear it are looking for more of that unisex vibe, but definitely a sexy fragrance for summer. I love mango type scents. We're going to talk about Mango Oud by Gritti at some point. Another one that I am just adoring. In fact, it might be the scent that I choose for my scent of the day. Blockade was launched in 2022 by Mind Games. The creator behind it, Christelle Laprade. The top notes, mango, bergamot, tomato leaf, and pink pepper. Middle notes, mango blossom, watery cyclamen, lavender, and star anise. And the base notes, suede, patchouli, amber, and agar wood or oud. This is a high quality fragrance. It has a strong sillage. It has a strong longevity. Probably the strongest longevity of any of the fragrances that I've spoken of today. This fragrance is going to last you. I have heard mixed reviews on Blockade, so I definitely recommend you check it out prior to buying. This isn't probably a blind buy safe fragrance. I'm also surprised that I like it as much as I do with that star anise. I am not a fan of star anise at all, but I think that it is very faint in this scent. Running out of storage, so I gotta cut this short here, but the mango is a dominant note in this fragrance, as is the peppercorn. It just gives it a bit of a spicy nature. That's what makes it so great for summer, is it's that citrus, that tangy nature, but with the spice of the peppercorn. Also, the lavender, the patchouli, and the oud tend to tone it down, make it more of a creamy, so it's not going to be like a in-your-face citrus type fragrance. It's the fruity, the sweet, the tang, but then the undercurrent of the oud and those woods just make it a very sexy fragrance, I think, for men for this summer. Again, it could be unisex. I just personally think it would be a great summer fragrance on a guy. One other thing I did want to note, find a fragrance reviewer that tends to review and like the fragrances that you like. Otherwise, like, there are so many fragrance reviewers that give great reviews, but they go on and on about how much they adore a fragrance, and then I smell it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not my style. So find a fragrance reviewer that goes on and on about fragrances that you also love, and then you can trust their opinion on other fragrances that they recommend. I mean, maybe this is just basic information, like duh, but as someone who watches a lot of fragrance reviews, it just annoys me when I purchase a fragrance because they are in love with it and then I don't like it. So that's just my 411 2 cents for you. Again, Blockade by Mind Games. I think it's a great summer scent. I think it's a great day scent. It could also be a great night scent. It is more of a lighter, crisp scent, great for work, great for pretty much everything. It's not just a side note, I'm not going to get into it, but BonBon Pop by the House of Oud. Love it. Have done reviews on it before. Peachy, caramel, gourmand type summer scent that I am loving. I did a shorts review, which I'm going to pop in here. This is the blend that I have been using with it to just make it pop all the more. It's just a Bath and Body Works body wash as well as the lotion. And then I pair with it this deodorant from Sol de Janeiro. It's one of those fragrances where I put it on and I'm driving to work and it just reminds me how much I love fragrance. I am passionate about fragrance and it makes me happy. Like the smell of it just made me happy. And I just wanted to share it with you guys because, you know, it's one of those things you just can't sit on. So if you like sweetie, candy-ish, gourmand type scents like I do, try this blend out. Let me know what you think if you do. It's just, I'm loving it. I can't tell you how many times I've worn it here lately. Great, great date night mix, if those notes strike a fancy for you. Again, I'm running out of storage, so I'm not going to be able to go much further into other fragrances. I did want to talk about Gritti MO Oud, and I got the new Dolce & Gabbana, the Blue Jasmine Dolce. So stay tuned if you want more information on that. It will be coming. I really need to clear out my devices so that I can make the videos as long as I would like. I've had a lot going on in my personal life. I won't get all into that, but just know I hope to be more routine in getting my uploads going again because I love doing them. I love making these videos and I love getting them out to you so that we can converse and have those conversations about it. You guys know I love to end my videos with a quote. This one I am dedicating to Gracie. It's not a quote per se, but it's an Instagram post that I saw recently and I loved it so much I screenshot it. Gracie, this goes out to you, sweet pea. To my daughter. Don't stay where you're not valued. Don't change who you are to blend in. Don't make yourself small for someone else, anyone else. Always remember, there never has, nor will there ever be another you. Let your true light shine bright for the whole world to see. You are my light, little girl. Love you guys all. If you want another fragrance review, go here, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.